Hello everyone and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm broadcasting to you live from Central Europe. All right, this week we are kicking it off with IELTS Speaking Part 1. The strategies that I'm going to teach you, they do come from our websites out of our full course at IELTShelp.com. So for 6 original practice exams, over 100 hours of video lessons, and a fully interactive course, check us out there. Join the premium course. Hi, Dovletov, Becca, how you doing? All right, as well, materials come from aehelp.com for academic IELTS. So be sure to visit us there also. The websites, they look like this. I'll quickly show them to you. This is our academic IELTS website with the blue background. Click that big red button to join. For general IELTS, it is this website here with the green background. Click that big red button to join. Then you can access your My Student account. And your My Student account is full of all kinds of goodies, interactive practice exams, PDF exam books, lesson videos, blogs, and lots of help for you to increase band scores. All right, let's get focused on today's lesson. If you have questions about IELTS or about our products, don't be shy. Send me an email, Adrian, Adrian, at gieltshelp.com. Hi, Vasil. Hi, Haroon. Hi, Mitesh. Hi, Jess. Hi, Begzod. Good to see many other students joining in. I hope everybody is having a great week so far. These classes, students, are 13:30 to 14:30 Central European Time, okay? Wednesday to Saturday, today speaking, tomorrow listening, then on Friday, general reading strategy, and on the 30th, we will do task 2. Okay, so students, IELTS speaking section. Interesting question for you. So, what is the IELTS speaking mark made up of? So, what gives you the IELTS speaking score? Does anybody know what are the main parts of communication and English language that the IELTS examiners are looking for when they're scoring you? There's 3 main categories. Does anybody know what those are? So here's my first question to enlighten some of you on how the IELTS speaking works. So what are the 3 main aspects of your speaking that gives your overall IELTS speaking section band score? Does anybody know what those are? Okay, Patricio says fluency. Bagzad says coherency, cohesion. Bagzad says accuracy. Those are all subcategories. So there are a lot of subcategories, but there are 3 main categories. Fluency is not one of them. No. Okay. I'm going to draw this up as a Venn diagram for you. So let's do it as a Venn diagram. So the IELTS is looking at natural language. Okay, in your IELTS speaking. They're also looking at coherent language. Okay, and they're looking at complex language. Okay, so those are the 3 main categories, which basically together, this shaded area here, give you your IELTS band score. Okay, so that's how it works. They're looking at how natural is your language, compared to native speakers, not just compared to British, but compared to an American, Australian, Kiwi. So it's quite a flexible concept there of natural language. They're looking at coherent language. So how clearly can your listener understand what you're actually saying? So how well can your audience understand you? Okay, that's what that means. Coherent, how understandable, how comprehensible is it? How much does it make sense? Okay, and how complex is it? So how specifically, uniquely can you express your ideas using higher forms of grammar? Okay, so this is where you have concepts like present perfect, passive voice, adjective clauses, different kinds of subordinating conjunctions, conditionals. If these words are new for you, you need to study that. Okay, so this is your IELTS score. Which one of these do you think is the most important? All three of them are important, but which one do you think is the most important for your IELTS speaking score? What do you think? Is it natural language, coherent language, complex language? And they're inclusive, right? So these aren't mutually exclusive. That's why these overlap, because one does not exist without the other. You can't have perfectly coherent language without natural language. You can't have perfectly coherent language without complex language, right? But which one of these is the most important? Yeah, Rekha, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Okay, coherent. So if I had to choose, this is number one. Okay, it's very difficult to say which one is the most important, but if somebody had a gun to my head and said, Adrian, you have to choose, which one is it? I would say, well, it's coherent language, okay? The most important is that your listener understands you, okay? Even if it's not completely natural, even if it's not super complex, if I can understand you, great. I'm going to give you a decent score. Which one do you think is number two? Bagzad's jumping the gun, and Bagzad says, I think this one's number two. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, complex language. Okay, so again, if I had to choose, the second most important aspect of your communication for speaking is complex. Number three is natural. Okay. Many students think that pronunciation is really important, or sounding like a native speaker is really important. No, it's not, okay? I don't really care if you have a thick accent, okay? Even if you have a very thick accent like this and it's really tricky to understand what you are saying, I don't care if I can understand you. If it is complex, it is okay. All right, so I'm not making fun of anybody there, but I'm just faking maybe a heavy Slavic accent. But if I can understand you, and if it's complicated, I really don't care if you have an accent, okay? And I really don't care too much if it's not perfect intonation or enunciation, all right? So you want to focus on coherent language. You want to focus on complex language mostly, all right? So let's talk about that a little bit. What do you need to pay attention to have coherent language? What do you think are important skills to use to have coherent language? Okay, so let's go into a little bit more detail here, students, before we crack into some speaking examples. So number one is coherent language. So what do you think needs to happen to have coherent language? And again, this is speaking, so repeat me, okay? Throughout this class, make sure you're using lots of repetition. So repeat, repeat, repeat. Don't be shy. When you hear me say words and so on, just repeat me, okay? So what do I need to have coherent language? Munzir says, have connections among your ideas. Absolutely, Munzir. So connect among your ideas. Especially part 3 to part 2. Okay, you'll hear the examiners say, now I will ask you questions connected to part 2. Connect ideas, all right? Begzad says, give clear explanations and examples. Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Anything else? Aman says your examples should connect to real life. They should be visible in real life. Absolutely, Amandeep. Pachu says have structure to your communication. Have logical flow. Absolutely, Pachu. It's a very important point, especially for part 2, okay? So have clear structure to your ideas. Don't jump around. Okay, especially, this one's especially true for part 2. In all parts, but especially for part 2. Okay. Yeah, Munzir says have some good planning. All right. Another important one is use the questions. And paraphrase. All right. So these are very, very important to have coherent language. Okay, students, let's take a look now at some speaking questions and let's apply these concepts. Okay. Pavel, using natural language doesn't mean much. Okay, so just to say use natural language, yes, use natural language, but it doesn't mean too much because there's such a range of natural language in English depending on what part of the world we're in. Okay, all right, students, so most importantly, connect your ideas, give clear explanations and examples. Okay, have structure to your ideas, don't just jump around. Use the questions in your answers and paraphrase. So that's the most important. Okay, so you get to your speaking exam and the examiner welcomes you to the interview room. They say, welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. Shahayatri, don't cry. Yes, facial expressions are a good idea. Use your hands for body language. That helps you to structure your language as well, Shahayatri, okay? So facial expressions are fine. Absolutely. Be expressive. Body language is communicative, okay? All right. Now, again, students, don't worry about the examiner's mood. I see some funny comments on our YouTube channel sometimes. Students say, Adrian, in your mock interviews, you look so serious. Yes, IELTS examiners are supposed to look serious when they're interviewing. They're not supposed to be super happy or super friendly or angry or grumpy. They should be neutral. They should be serious, okay? The reason why is they should not influence your mood and your response. So don't worry about the examiner. Worry about yourself, okay? The examiner should look serious. It's a $300 exam that decides the fate of university students and people immigrating to other countries. It's a serious exam, okay? So the examiner says, what is your full name? And Amandeep says, my name is Amandeep. You can call me Aman. Good. You can do that. Sure. Short and sweet and to the point. Jazz says, my given name is Jasprit Kaur, but you may call me Jazz. Okay, that's good too. Shahayatri, I am Prabin Bushal. Just call me by my surname, Bushal. Okay, the rest of it you don't need, Shahayatri. I'm not asking your gender and your age, so don't give me that information. All right. Amin Isayev says, my first name is Amin. My surname is Isayev. You can call me just Amin. Not only. Only is a bit weird. I mean, just Amin. I know it's a slight difference, but it's good. All right. Again, students, make sure you repeat. Repeat when I'm reading out comments. Repeat me as well. So, my name is John Smith. Please call me Joe. Okay, so short and sweet, to the point. It's okay to do that. One student told me that they were really upset because the examiner didn't let them finish saying, my surname is Smith, my given name is John, and the examiner interrupted and, what is your full name? The examiner shouldn't do that, so they should allow you to finish saying this answer any way that you feel is correct. So if you say my surname is Smith, my given name is John, and the examiner interrupts you, I would recommend that you at that point immediately say, I'm telling you my full name right now. Please allow me to finish. Okay? So if you have a very strict examiner that's really trying to get you to just stick to the questions and just give a quick answer, be very polite, and you can do something like saying, I'm just about to answer your question. Please allow me to finish. Okay, in a nice tone, right? Not in an angry way. Just stay calm. Remember, the examiners are only human as well, all right? Okay, and then the examiner asks you the next icebreaker question. Do you work or study? So give me a nice answer to this. Do you work or study? All right? You should have your answers more or less ready for this kind of a question because it's so common. All right? All right. Tarun says, I am working as a professional for the last 3 years, and I work as an Exacom solutions expert or quality engineer. Okay, Tarun, I get your ideas, but you have some awkward phrasing there. So notice my correction. Okay, at 17 minutes, 30 seconds. All right. Munzir Khalid says, well, for the past couple of years, I've been working for ABC Company as a network engineer. Munzir, it's nice because you're using present perfect with the progressive form. So you're showing me complex language. Okay. Let me do something similar. So, well, for the past 3 years, I've been working as a network solutions tech as well. These days, I'm studying for the IELTS so I can continue my postgraduate education in computer science. Okay. All right. So repeat after me, students. Well, for the past 3 years, I've been working as a network solutions tech. As well, these days, I'm studying for the IELTS so I can continue my postgraduate education in computer science. All right. Notice my sentence. It's complex. It's natural. So it's very synonymous with Munzir. Synonymous means similar to Munzir. I'm using a contraction that's natural instead of I have. I say I've. Okay. I'm using the progressive form, again, synonymous with Munzir, using ing, right? So I'm continuously doing this action. And I'm working as a network solutions tech, and then I'm joining the words or the sentences as well. These days, I'm studying. I'm staying with the progressive, studying for the IELTS so I can continue my postgraduate education in computer science. Notice how I don't stop here. Okay, so I continue with this. Why? Why did I feel that it's necessary or important to add this last phrase? I can continue my postgraduate education in computer science. Why did I do that? It is one long sentence, Pichu. Absolutely. So it's showing nice fluency, right? Why did I do that? Why didn't I just stop at IELTS? So Bagzad says, because I'm giving a reason for my answer. So my concept is studying for the IELTS. And of course, most listeners in the real world would immediately think, why? Why are you studying for the IELTS? So the answer is because I want to do my postgraduate education in computer science. And it is absolutely what we're talking about at the start with coherence. You're right, Munzir. So that is the coherence value. This is how you go from a band 6 to a band 7 to a band 8. Okay? So that's how we do it. Manish Ariel says, well, thank you for the question. Students, don't thank the examiner for asking a question. That's strange, okay? That's not natural and it's wasting time. So don't do that. Manish, don't thank the examiner for asking you a question, okay? So you have to focus on being concise, which means targeting the answer clearly, okay? All right. So the next question, students, what do you do to relax? So give me a nice answer for that one. What do you do to relax? Okay. Focus on being coherent. Focus on being complex. Use your grammar. Don't worry about making mistakes. That's why I'm here. And again, repeat. Repeat, repeat. Okay. Shiju Joseph says, my relaxation depends on my mood. I go for a walk, otherwise I listen to music. Shiju, not bad. So that's where if I want to be more coherent, I'm going to take Shiju's answer here. I'll look at a couple other ones, but I'll take Shiju's answer. And then we'll discuss that one for coherency. Shiju, I'm not picking on you. I'm working with you on this one, so don't take it personally, but it's a good start, okay? You have a great start. So, Shiju says, my relaxation depends on my mood. That's a really nice way to start it, absolutely. Sometimes I go for a walk. Otherwise, at other times, I opt to listen to music. Okay, so we'll take that for a second. We'll look at it. I'll think about this one, students, here for a second. And I'll look at some other students as well. So, Bagzad says, I often hang out with my friend when I want to chill out from my work and study. For example, just this weekend, I and my friends went to play football. It was exciting and full of fun. Full of joy is okay, Begzad. Full of fun in my neck of the woods is more natural. Okay, I'm West Coast Canadian, so full of fun. All right. Shahayatri says, nothing special. I just hang out and watch TV all day. It's okay. Notice my corrections there. Rekha says, for relaxation, I mostly stay at home. However, I have enough leisure time. However, if I have enough time, then I will go to the theater and watch the latest blockbuster. All right, so some pretty good examples, students. Some pretty good examples. Hardeep says, I love to sleep when I have time to relax or to hang out with my friends. Hardeep, careful not to oversimplify what you're saying and become incoherent. So for coherence, you have to be careful with grammar and word choice. Okay, so let's take a look at this example here, and let's improve this. This right now is a 6.5, okay? So this is a band 6.5, let's say. You might have made one or two grammar mistakes, or maybe it's the pronunciation is not perfectly clear, so you're going to get about a 6.5 at this point. How can I improve this, students? What can I do to make this a band 7.5? So how can I make that response a band 7.5? What can I do to bump this up? And now let's be honest with each other. I'm not going to suddenly improve my grammar. I'm not going to suddenly improve my pronunciation. So that's not going to help. So instead, I need to improve my communication, my coherence. What can I do? Okay, so what can I do to make this a 7.5? All right. Asta Sharma says, well, give an explanation. What do you mean, give an explanation? You're on the right, so you're thinking correctly. What do you think? Begzod, an example as well will help. We'll get into that. What can I do? What should I explain here? What is missing? What do I need to explain so that it bumps up to a 7.5? So maybe think about the question from your listener's perspective. So if you're the listener, if you're the audience, what are you thinking at this point? Okay, well, you started your answer with my relaxation depends on my mood. Okay, so me as your listener, my question here is, what do you mean? Okay, so sure, okay, you tell me that you go for a walk and you tell me that you listen to music, but what do you mean that your relaxation depends on your mood? This does not explain this. Okay, can everybody try to use this here as a base, as a starting point, and create a bigger, clearer example, explanation? So can you viewers, and don't be shy, so there's no big mistakes here, just rewrite this answer. So use this information, just expand it, add to it, and give me a band 7.5 version. Okay, that's my challenge to you right now. So give me a band 7.5 version with this base. Okay, let's see how well you do on that. So here, that would be my question, is what do you mean it depends on your mood? Okay. Let's see what you come up with. I'll do the same. So think. Okay, Sevgi Rabia says, my relaxation depends on my mood. If I'm exhausted from studies, I listen to music, but I'm bored being at home. But if I'm bored being at home, then I walk around my house. Sevgi, awesome. You picked up what I was putting down. You're thinking very similar to me. Excellent. Good job, Sevgi. Some Neat says, well, sometimes when I'm feeling energetic, I go for a walk to channel my energy. This rejuvenates me. Nice. So students, you're doing a fantastic job. Now you're pushing your scores from a 6.5 to a 7.5, 8.5, even a higher score if you have some good pronunciation, some nice flow to your language. So well done, students. You're on the same page as me, clearly. This is what I wrote. Repeat after me. My relaxation depends on my mood. When I feel energetic, I go for a walk. At other times, if I'm feeling lazy and I just want to chill out, I opt to listen to music. Like yesterday, after a long day of study, I listened to an hour of classical music to unwind. Okay? If you can spit that all out in one go, great. So at this point here, okay, at this point here, you're at a 7.5. At this point here, you're at an 8.5, okay? If you can say it very similar to a native speaker, then you are at a perfect band 9, okay? That's how you push your score to a band 9, all right? So that's how you can take something simple and make it that much better, all right? So good job, students. I'm really enjoying how you picked up on that, all right? So one more time, repeat after me. My relaxation depends on my mood. When I feel energetic, I go for a walk. At other times, if I'm feeling lazy and I just want to chill out, I opt to listen to music. Like yesterday, after a long day of study, I listened to an hour of classical to unwind, okay? That's your high band score, all right? So that's great practice for you at home, okay? When you're answering questions for the speaking, record it on your phone, listen to it, and check to see, do I have a clear answer? Do I have a clear explanation? Am I giving examples? If not, answer the same questions again and record again, okay? So that's what you want to do, all right? Let me make a note of that so you can remember this really good practice strategy for coherence at home, okay? So improving, or let's call it how to improve your coherence at home. Let's call it important practice. Okay, so record your speaking answers. Listen to them later. Identify missing information for coherence, like explanation and example. Fix it. Say it. Record it. Listen to it again. Okay? So these are basically the steps that you need to do. All right? That's what you need to do. Just go through those steps, and you will, guarantee you, improve your IELTS band score, and I guarantee you'll get higher scores by doing that. All right? Okay, so once you're done those icebreaker questions, then the IELTS examiner will say, okay, now we will continue with some questions on a general topic. Let's talk about water, okay? Don't try to guess what your questions will be before the exam. You have to just focus on technique, okay? So let's talk about water. How often do you drink a glass of water? Okay, give me a nice answer to that question. And don't think, oh, it's weird. Who asks a question like that? The IELTS does, okay? They always try to think of some new types of questions. So this time, the new type of question that they've come up with, it's questions around water. And the question they'll ask you is, how often do you drink a glass of water? Repeat, repeat. Repeat my questions, repeat my answers. Okay? So, give me some nice answers to this question. How often do you drink a glass of water? And cheers to water. I'm drinking some right now. Hope all of you are staying hydrated as well. All right. So, some nice answers, students. Of course, pay attention to the grammar. Hint, hint, how often? Adverb of frequency, for sure. Adverb of frequency means the examiner is looking for the words always, often, sometimes, rarely, never. Okay. Manzir says, during the day, you don't need daytime, Manzir, just during the day. During the day, I normally drink 3 to 4 glasses of water, while in the evening, I just drink 2 to feel hydrated, to rehydrate. Manzir, be very careful with your plural on glasses of water, okay? You can count glasses. They will take marks from you if you make mistakes with plurals like that. So careful, Manzir. Okay, Mamta Mehta says water is a very essential part of human life. It has numerous benefits. So to reduce my weight and for digestion, I drink 15 glasses of water in a day. Okay, let me take Mamta's answer here and we'll talk about that a little bit. So Mamta says water is a very essential part of humans' life. It has numerous benefits. So to reduce my weight, and for digestion, I drink 15 glass of water in a day. Okay, Shahayatri, you want to pay attention to this explanation here because it applies to your response also. Students, what do you think would be the band score for this answer? So water is a very essential part of humans' life. It has numerous benefits. So to reduce my weight and for digestion, I drink 15 glasses of water in a day. What do you think is the band score for that response? If I'm your examiner, this is what you get. What do you think? Amin says, I think that'll be a 7. Bagzad says, I think that'll be a 6. Bagzad says, maybe a 6.5. Farhan says, I think that will be a 6.5. Samrit says 6. Manzir says 6.5. Okay. I wish I had all of you as my IELTS speaking examiner. I must say you're all very, very generous. I would give that at most a 5.5 maximum. Okay, that's a 5.5 answer. It is not a 6. It is just teetering on the fluent. Okay. Why? Now that's the question. Why is this only a 5.5? And of course, I'm adding the concept that, you're not going to be perfectly fluent with that. You might have a little bit of pronunciation problem, but why is that a 5.5? What's going on with it? Amandeep says, but why? Why is it a 5.5? That's my question. Okay? This is my goal for you to learn this valuable piece of information. Okay, why is it 5.5? Samneet says it's very general. It's not specific. It's all out of topic, says Allah. Yeah, you're right. I'm not asking you this. Okay. Water is an essential part of human life. I'm not asking you about the importance of water. Okay. So my question isn't talk to me about the importance of water, or it's not, is water important for humans? So this is not my question. Is water important for humans? Or my question is not, what is the value of water? If I want to ask it as an open question. So these are not my questions. Why are you giving me an answer to those questions when I'm not asking you those questions? This is your coherence score, students. This is your coherence score. You cannot give me general off-topic answers. In fact, many IELTS examiners will interrupt you right here and will not even let you finish the question. Okay? So if you answer in this way, don't be surprised if the examiner just stops you and goes back to the question. So you're saying water is very essential part of. In fact, honestly, I think a lot of IELTS examiners right here will interrupt you. They won't even let you get to this part. So you'll say water is very essential part of, and then they'll just say, how often do you drink a glass of water? Okay, so they'll ask you again at this point. They won't even let you finish this sentence. All right, it's a 5.5. So this sentence should start here. Okay. So it should start with I drink. So let's fix this. Okay. Let's fix this answer. So the goal here is to get better answers. Okay. Let's fix it. Give me the same information. Let's take out what we don't need. Okay. So let's take out all of this and let's fix this. Okay. I drink water very often. About 15 glasses in a day, as it helps me to stay fit and maintain a healthy weight. Okay, that's a band 9 answer. Okay, so if you drink 15 glasses of water every day, that's a lot of water, and that's great. It's good for you. So I drink water very often. You're giving me the answer to my question, how often do you drink a glass of water, right away. And you're giving me quantitative language. So you tell me what that means. About 15 glasses, pay attention to the plural, in a day. And then you're giving me an explanation as it helps me to stay fit and maintain a healthy weight. Okay, that is a high-level answer. The question is asking you this answer. This answer is directly answering this question very quickly. Okay, that's what the examiners want to hear for those high band scores. Let's go to the next one. What do you use water for every day? So what do you use water for every day? Answer this question, students. Next question. What do you use water for every day? Repeat, students. Remember, repeat, repeat, repeat. Okay? Begzod, that is a good correction. Okay? It's a good correction. All right. This question. What do you use water for every day? Go for it, students. I am waiting for your fantastic answers. Again, answer the question directly. Okay, how can you answer a question directly? Well, use the question. Remember what I said, use the question. Okay, in this question, which words can I use to start with a direct answer? Rekha, that's good. It's a good answer for the previous, okay? All right. So if I'm answering directly and I'm using the question, every day could be a good way to start to make sure I stay on mark each day. Okay. So what do you use water for every day? Give me a nice full sentence answer to that. Okay. Use complex language, hint, hint, using a correlative conjunction in this case could be a good idea. Samnik Kaur says, well, I use water for almost every activity, be it taking a bath in the morning or using it for washing clothes and even for cooking. Samneet, nice. Okay, that will earn you some band scores for sure. Why? Because you're answering my question very directly. You're connecting. You're using natural language. Fantastic. Okay. I don't know about every activity some need, but most activities. So while I use water for many activities daily, be it taking a bath in the morning or using it for washing clothes or even cooking. Sevgi says, I use water, not the water. I use water for various purposes, such as starting my day by washing my face, using it at the end of the day to cleanse my makeup. Okay, you cleanse or you remove makeup. Erase. I'm not a girl. I don't do makeup all that much. So I know there are erasers in makeup, but I usually hear girls saying remove or clean makeup. Okay, those are the verbs, Sevgi. All right. But good. You're getting the idea now. So you're getting the idea of giving very direct answers. Amin Isayev says, well, I utilize water for drinking and not only for bathing or washing my hands, but also for cleaning. Good. All right. Let's take Amin's response here. So each day I utilize water for drinking, for not only drinking, but also for bathing and washing my hands, as well as cleaning. Like scrubbing my windows just yesterday. All right. So that's how I improved your answer, Amin. Did a little bit of reorganization. I utilized part of the question every day, each day. I utilize water not only for drinking. If I want to be a little bit more complex, I can say for quenching my thirst. Okay. So again, repeat me, students. Each day I utilize water not only for quenching my thirst, but also for bathing and washing my hands, as well as cleaning, like scrubbing my windows just yesterday. Look at this, Amin. Look at this little sneaky example that I just throw in there, okay? That'll get you points, all right? That'll get you moving into those higher band scores. You're staying specific to the question, and you are giving more detail, more depth, okay? Quench my thirst. Quench means to remove thirst by drinking, especially something citrusy like lemon water, right? Okay, so one more time, students. Each day I utilize water not only for quenching my thirst, but also for bathing and washing my hands, as well as cleaning, like scrubbing my windows, just yesterday. Okay. Next question. One more, students. One more question here. Do you try to save water in your daily life? How? It's a great question. Think of a good answer. Remember, you should, at least once or twice in section 1, buy time to think of a good answer. I most certainly do. Just give me a moment to think of a good answer. Okay? You can do that. You can buy a little bit of time. All right? It's not a very common question that somebody asks you, even as a native speaker. So how do you save water? I might ask for a little bit of time to think about that. I might say, that's an interesting question. Please give me a moment to think about how I save water in my daily routines. And then take a couple seconds. Think about it. And then answer. Okay? Again, target the question, stay accurate, stay focused. Okay? Jas M says, of course I try to save water in daily life by reusing water which I used for washing vegetables. Jas, good. Expand. How? How do you reuse that water? Tell me. What do you do with it? Okay. Pachu says, yes, I try to save water in my daily life because there is a water crisis in the area where I live. I save it by stopping water leakage from the tap and use small amounts like 100 milliliters for cleaning utensils. Okay? Not liters, milliliters, Pachu. Okay? 100 liters is half a bathtub full of water, so that's a lot. Some neat courses, definitely. It's immensely important to do so. Like instead of taking a shower in the morning, which wastes a lot of water, I use a bucket to bathe, not bath, to bathe. Some neat is the verb, bathe. Okay? Jazz says to water the plants. So good. And make sure to add that information, Jazz. So yes, certainly I do. For instance, I reuse the water which I use to clean vegetables to water my plants. Okay, good. Asta Sharma says, I always try to save water by turning off the taps when not required and recycling water from cleaning by using it to water plants. Very nice. Okay, Asta, so you're giving me a similar response as Jazz, and that's good. Okay. Well, I definitely turn the taps off when it is not necessary to have water running, such as when I brush my teeth. Furthermore, I reuse the water from cleaning vegetables to water plants. Okay, good. Those are some good answers. Students, those are some great answers. All right. Excellent. Well done. Okay. Repeat again after me. Do you try to save water in your daily life? How? I most certainly do. Give me a moment to think of a good answer. Well, I definitely turn the taps off when it is not necessary to have water running, such as when I brush my teeth. Furthermore, I reuse the water from cleaning vegetables to water plants. Fantastic. Okay, students, here's a couple more questions. Have you ever not had water for a whole day? Where does fresh water flow from in your hometown? So have you ever not had water for a whole day? Where does fresh water flow from in your hometown? Homework challenge. Answer these 2 questions. Record it on your phone. Send it to my email. I'll let you know if it's a band 6, 7, 8, or a 9. Pay attention to coherence and complexity. That is the target of today's lesson. Remember, coherent language is the most important aspect of your IELTS speaking mark. Connect your ideas. Give clear explanations and examples. Have clear structure. Use the questions in your answers. And from what we learned in this class and that I taught you, be sure to answer questions directly. Okay? Don't beat around the bush. So don't tell me about the birds, the bees, the flowers, the sun, the moon, unicorns, and dragons. I don't want to know about all of those. I want you to answer my questions. Stay on target, okay? All right, students, in about half an hour, I will be teaching speaking section 3 on our academic English help channel. So you can check out speaking section 3 at academic English help channel in 30 minutes. To improve your band scores, to learn the right strategies, to really learn the right strategies that are proven by thousands of students who have taken the exam after they took our course. Check us out at aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Click that big red button to join. And for general IELTS, look for this green background. Click that big red button to join us there. Okay, so general IELTS, GIELTS, help.com. All right, students, that's it for me for today. I hope I was able to give you some valuable information on what you need to do, what you need to practice. It's up to you to practice. Much love to all of you. Hopefully see many of you in the next class. And tomorrow on this channel, we'll be doing listening strategy and practice for Band 9. Bye, everyone.